Boker Tov, Boker Ol. Welcome to Boker Tov with Temple Sinai. Temple Sinai Congregation of Toronto's daily opportunity to connect, to reflect, and to remember. Boker Tov, Boker Ol. Welcome to Boker Tov. It's wonderful to be here with you this morning. And I hope that we can make the best of a wonderful new day and that this morning finds you off to a good start. Please go ahead and share greetings with others who are with us this morning on this beautiful morning. Good morning, Karen, and to Annette, and Barb, and Lauren, and John. I'm glad that all of us are here together this morning, and I'm really grateful that we have this opportunity just to take a quiet moment this morning. I hope it's quiet and relaxing where you are, that you have the opportunity on this day to take note of the blessings in life, of the opportunities ahead, of those in our circle of friends who can provide additional care and support, or to whom we can do that, provide that support. Good morning, Eleanor and Joni, as we begin the day together. So again, good morning. I'm Rabbi Michael Logan in Boker Tov. Welcome to Boker Tov from Temple Sinai, our daily opportunity to connect, to reflect, and to remember. And let's do that by sharing in traditional words that give thanks for the miracle of being alive this morning, of, as it says in the last two words before the signature blessing at the end, la'amod lefanecha, to stand in the divine presence, to be fully ourselves in connection with the One. Please join me in Hebrew and English. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher yatzar et ha'adam bechokma, uborah bo nekavim nekavim, chalulim chalulim, galui v'yadua lifnei chisei chvodecha, she'im yipateh echad mehem, או יסתם אחד מהם, אי אפשר להתקיים ולעמוד לפניך. ברוך אתה, אדוני, רופא כל בשר, ומפליא לעשות. Blessed eternal God, creator of the universe, you have fashioned our bodies with wisdom, creating within us a finely balanced network. To stand before you in prayer is itself a fragile miracle. Eternal God, we praise you as the healer of body and spirit. And we continue with the English words of the prayer for the soul. The soul that you have given me, O God, is a pure one. You have created and formed it, breathed it into me, and within me you sustain it. So long as my soul is within me, I will give thanks to you, eternal my God and God of my ancestors, source of all creation, sovereign of all souls. We praise you, eternal God, in whose hand is the power of all life and the spirit of all flesh. And let's join together now in these words of prayer and praise for the gift of Torah, for the opportunity to make our traditions sweet in the mouths of the generation to come. What a wonderful blessing and challenge all in one. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. Va'arev na Adonai Eloheinu, et divrei Toratcha b'finu, ובפי עמך בית ישראל, ונהיה אנחנו בצאצאינו, וצאצאי עמך בית ישראל, כולנו יודעי שמך, ולומדי תורתך לשמה. ברוך אתה אדוני, המלמד תורה לעמו ישראל. אלו דברים שאין להם שיעור. These are the obligations whose value cannot be measured. They nourish us in this world and help us to create the world to come. Kibud Avayim, to honor fathers and mothers. Ugmilut Chasadim, to perform acts of love and kindness. Ashkamat Bet Midrash Shacharit V'Arvit, to attend the house of study morning and evening. Bachnasat Ochim, to welcome the stranger, ubikul cholim, to visit the sick, v'achnasat kala, to provide for brides and grooms, ulvayat hamet, to keep faith with the dead, v'yun tefillah, to pray with sincerity, v'avat shalom ben adam lechavero, to make peace when there is strife, v'tamud Torah keneged kulam, and the study of Torah is equal to them all. Well, as we continue our morning together, let's join in our prayer for journeys. We'll join in both Shema in Hebrew and English, and then continue with Psalm 121, Sheol Ma'alot, a song that is recited for journeys, of all the different journeys upon which we find ourselves at this moment. A journey where we're aware with the rescue of one of the Israeli hostages yesterday in an unusual and impressive operation. That we're aware of the ongoing journeys of those hostages that remain alive and the families of those who do not. And at the same time of our own personal journeys. Today is the 29th day of Shloshim for my father. And so speaking personally in that way, we are aware that each day moves us forward while challenging us to live life to the fullest. Please join me in Baruch She'amar. Baruch She'amar v'haya ha'olam. Blessed is the one who speaks that we might listen. Blessed is the one who acts that we might be witnesses. Baruch Hu u'Baruch Shemo. Blessed is the one who decides that we might accept. Blessed is the one who has mercy that we might live. Baruch She'amar v'haya ha'olam. Blessed is the one who removes the darkness that we might see. Blessed is the one who lives forever that we might believe. Blessed is the one who saves and delivers that we might be redeemed. And we continue with Shir Ma'alot, a song looking upward. I will look only upward, past the mountains, for my help comes from the one beyond. My help comes from the eternal, maker of heaven and earth. Ever alert, your guardian will never allow your foot to stumble. The guardian of Israel never rests, never sleeps. The eternal will watch over you as a shadow cast by your right hand. You will not be overcome by the sun, nor abandoned by the moon. The eternal will guard you from all evil, watching over you. The eternal will guard you as you set out and as you return from this very moment until the end of time. And at this time, we take these words of tradition, the words of Shema Yisrael, and we have them connect us to the one, to God who is uniquely one. We may sometimes think, well, I am just one person, and that's true, and yet it's also not. We have within us our ancestors. We have intimately part of us our connection with our descendants or students. Students not in a formal sense, but those who've been affected by our lives. And likewise, we are part potential and part actual, constantly being realized and evolving into a different version of ourselves. And sometimes even when we make choices, we're surprised by them ourselves because due to the complex nature of human beings, I don't always even understand sometimes at all, sometimes till afterwards, some of the decisions that I make. And so we strive to be more unified, more one each moment, each day. And part of what enables us to do that is our connection to the one who is completely unique and one and unified. In that spirit, let's join together in Shema Yisrael. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור, דבר אל בני ישראל ואמרת עליהם, ויעשו להם ציצית על כנפי בגדיהם לדורותם. ונתנו על ציצית הכנף פתיל תכלת, והיה לכם לציצית, וראיתם אותו, וזכרתם את כל מצוות אדוני, ועשיתם אותם, ולא תטו אחרי לבבכם, ואחרי עיניכם, אשר אתם זונים אחריהם. למען תזכרו, ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. אדוני אלוהיכם, אמת. That image, which is central to the last paragraph of the Shema, that God has taken us out of Egypt, out of those narrow places, is a powerful one. And I can't help but think about that today, as I'm painfully aware that due to the intransigence of the terrorist enemy, that the war grinds on in Gaza today. My heart goes out to those on both sides of this war of necessity, of this lack of choice, of this horrific conflict that is terrible and terrifying, I'm certain, for all those involved. And I can't help but think this morning of what it's doing to the body, mind, and soul of those involved, and thinking at the moment of the soldiers of the IDF, for whom we will pray in a moment. I happen to have been on sabbatical in Israel during the Second Lebanon War, and I was taking a bus on my way back to the apartment, and a soldier got on the bus. It was a Friday. The soldier had clearly come just off of the lines in Lebanon. He was wearing fatigues. He was dirty. I've never seen someone look so exhausted. And he turned to me, this man significantly younger than myself, certainly appearing to be just around 20 years old, and said to me in Hebrew, of course, what stop are you going to? So I told him that I'm getting off at this stop. And he said, oh, I'm going to the stop after that. Wake me before you get off. And before I could answer in the affirmative, he was already asleep. I don't think any of us who haven't had the experience can imagine what it's like to serve, what it's like to be called upon to endanger oneself, mind, body, and soul. And so for all of those who are forced into doing so, as well, one can argue, and many do, about the nature of the war and about the way it's carried out. The war itself, the opposition to a destructive, determined terrorist enemy, sadly is what's known in our tradition as milchemet mitzvah, a war where we have no choice but to oppose that enemy and to do so in a way that removes that enemy's ability to assault and attack our own people. So for all those who are experiencing this in a way that I only had a tiny window into, let's join together in a prayer for the soldiers. Mishiberach Abotenu Avraham, Yitzhak, v'Yaakov, v'imotenu Sarah, Rivka, Leah, v'Rachel, hu yivarech et chayalei tzva ha'hagana liYisrael u'sha'ar meginei Amenu ha'omdim al mishmartam. ישמרם הקדוש ברוך הוא, ויצילם מכל צרה וצוקה ומכל נגע ומחלה, וישלח ברכה בכל מעשה ידיהם, ויקוים בהם הכתוב, וכיתתו חרבותיהם לעתים, וחניתותיהם למזמרות, לא יישאו גוי על גוי חרב, ולא ימדון עוד מלחמה, וישבו איש תחת גפנו, ותחת תאנתו, ואין מחריד, ונאמר אמן. May the one who blessed our ancestors bless the soldiers of the IDF and all who defend our people. May the Holy One guard them against all difficulty and distress, injury, and illness. May all of their actions bring blessing, fulfilling the prophet's words. Let them beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Let nation not lift up sword against nation, and may they learn more no more. May all sit under a vine or a fig tree with none to make them afraid. And together we say, Amen. Well, let's continue to recite our blessings, this essential blessing for those in need of strength and healing. Let's really today focus on those who are right with us, those in our families, those in our circle of close friends and loved ones who are facing an illness, who are struggling to improve their health, to find a stable place again, for those who are going through a treatment procedure or are looking to find meaning and peace in later days of their life. For each of them, for all of them, let's turn to these words that also are for all those who are isolated, whether by illness or injury, or isolated forcibly, as we also offer this prayer for the hostages and for their families. And so for each one of us, for all of us, for the names that have been given to me and given to Temple, for those names that have been placed in the chat, in this and other services, for all of them, we turn to these words of refuah. מי שברך אבותינו אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, ואמותינו שרה, רבקה, לאה ורחל, הוא ירפא את כל מכותינו. יהי רצון מלפניך, אדוני אלוהינו, לאחל עמם ולרפאותם, וישלח לנו מהרה רפואה שלמה ועטרת שלום, ונאמר אמן. May the one who blessed our ancestors bless and heal all who suffer. May it be the divine will to provide healing and strength. Reveal to us the holiness of life, the wholeness of shalom, and let us say together, Amen. Now, it's very meaningful for me to have this time together with you, to connect, to reflect, and now to remember, for us to have this time, for us to honor the lives of those who have gone before us. And we do so thinking of all those whose lives have come to an end in these last 30 days and their families. And so on this day, we extend our condolences to the families of Ian Hillel Roebuck, Bert Dolgan, Shirley Vanderheim, Annette Berman, Etty Haleman, Howard, Edward Sweet, Minky Lipson. And it is our sad duty to report the death of Alan Gerskup, husband of Maida, father of Stuart and Jillian, brother of our member Etty Miller, and Leo Gerskup and Ron Gerskup. Now, the funeral will take place today at Steele's Memorial Chapel at 9:30 a.m. Other information available from their website. We also remember all victims of terror and war, including Elena Daniv, Shimon Daniv, Gidon Peli, Alonon Zamora, Liron Yitzhak, and the following active duty IDF personnel whose lives have been lost in the last 30 days in this war. Shachar bin Nun, Yotam Yitzhak Peled, David Moshe ben Shitrit, Omer Ginsburg, Mordechai Yosef ben Shoam, Ori Ashkenazi Nehemiah. And on yahrzeit today, on the anniversary of their deaths, on this 24th day of the month of Menachem Av, on the 28th day of August 2024, we honor the life and legacy on yahrzeit of Eugene Dicker, Alan Gorin, Herbert Greenbaum, Mary Hopp, Isadora Levitt, Franz Vandermark. Zichronam Levacha, may their memories be a blessing to us. Our griefs and our sympathies are mingled as we turn together to words sanctified by memory, words glorified by hope, the words of a Kaddish Yatom. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemer rabba, be'alma divrach gerute v'yamlich malchute, v'chayechon v'yomechon, v'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'gala ubizman kariv imu, amen. Yehe shmer rabba mevarach le'alam u'lalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei dekudsha borechu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran be'alma v'mu. Amen. Yehe shlama rabba min shmaya v'chaim alenu ve'al kol Yisrael v'mu. Amen. Oseh shalom b'momav, hu yaseh shalom alenu ve'al kol Yisrael v'mu. Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and bring comfort and meaning to all who remember. And together we say, Amen. Boker Tov, Boker Ol. It's meaningful and wonderful to be here with all of you during these times, and I look forward to additional days together. Please join us again tomorrow at 8:30 a.m.